Zero's just zooming across.
Yeah.
Ring.
I like this. Look at that. I'm still pink.
Whoa! Cool. All that being said, this will be a review episode to sort of like go over some stuff, so it won't be too long for some things. But any questions you have of previous sessions and stuff, this will be the time for us to sort of like go through them and help get them all together. Also, if you go to your journals tab, you should be able to create your own journal entries for some notes.
Okay, you mean the hand? Like you're still pink?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to change your color?
Your name in the bottom left. Like right-click it and go to user configuration. You can change the color.
Oh, thank God. Detest that color.
You detest it? Oh no.
You like pink?
But it's pink.
Really.
I cannot create a journal entry.
Yes.
You cannot create a journal entry?
Unless you have a different way set up than I'm used to. Like I just go to the journal tab and I can't do anything.
Oh, that's interesting. Do I have to give you permissions? I thought it was just gonna auto let you.
Just give me permissions for everything.
Yeah, just give you some quick permissions to see it all.
You can just do that.
Okay, sure thing. Wait, is that an actual different thing, Euro? That you have to give them permissions for journal entries? Because I don't have any mods that are altering journal entries.
Not that I remember off the top of my head.
Huh. Well, I will have that set up for the next time then, and if in the meanwhile, I would suggest just having a Google Doc or your D&D Beyond open, and feel free to send me anything you have afterwards, and I will make sure that you guys have journal entries later on. I'll troubleshoot that.
Emperor Zurg is playing GTFO. Real juicer gets out.
Oh my god, is it still my previous GTFO stream?
Absolute god escapes certain doom.
I love that.
That's an actual game?
Yeah, GTFO, it's a really fun game.
I got Emperor Zurg help step chat. I'm stuck.
Yeah. The title is different than the
reading
live
off what we
notification.
see?
Yeah, we're just reading off what I had written there apparently.
Real juicer gets out.
Review session of... I wanted to do a joke title for that previous stream. Review session of...
Oh, I found my notes. Yeah.
Silent Echo.
Damn it.
Dungeons and Dragons. And there we go. Should be updated for you guys now.
Your permissions are good. I can't break anything.
You can't break it? Hey, I set it up okay. Look at that. Or at the very least, I set it up so it could be completely locked.
Yeah. I was like, I thought I could create a playlist and fuck with that, and it looked like it was gonna let me, and then it's like, no, you don't have permissions. This I don't have permissions for. Damn it. Okay. Well.
It's still GTFO, Butler? That's interesting.
No, it updated.
I would refresh possibly, Butler. For me, it's updated to Dungeons and Dragons.
Same.
There we go. Now I can have my points.
Oh, I also forgot. Twitch put me onto its ad partnership program, so there might be some ads going throughout this stream. Just so you know, because like it just gave me a pop-up notification going, "Hey, ad starts in 1 minute 45 seconds," and I'm like, okay.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have to watch it.
Yeah. I mean, for you guys, you're playing the game as well. You're fine.
But my points.
You'll still get it while you have the ads going.
Okay, I guess.
Ads are pog? Yeah, ads are pog. Give me my 2 cents per ad. Let's go.
I think I went on to Range's stream and she played 2 ads in a row, and I was like, oh god, please, no.
Oh, so that's, was it her saying that she's playing the ads? Otherwise, like, Twitch makes you just watch ads if you join a stream if they haven't played ads in a while.
One of her viewers was like, oh, I just had to go through an ad, and she's like, what? Play another? And then she did. And we all got different ads, and yeah.
We love to see it. We love to see it.
Yep.
Okay, but that all being said, this will be a review session ongoing for the Silent Echo. So it'll be a little bit shorter. We're going to go over some things, but any kinds of questions you have over stuff, feel free to ask now, and we can sort of get ourselves ready. Because then January is a little bit of a month, but February we're getting back into it, and we should be able to finish up this campaign. That being said, welcome back, everybody, to the next session of A Silent Echo, where last we left off, our travelers had just arrived to Alpaluk, all from different areas around the world, all for their own different reasons. Does anyone want to give like a sort of summation of how you guys all found each other in the city?
Yes.
Go for it.
Snickers wants to.
Okay, Snickers, how'd you guys all find each other?
Well, we entered the city, and from the moment I entered, I knew Fish was my lifelong best friend.
Fish.
Yeah. It's both nutritional and has good fatty acids for helping break down. I don't know, man. We all we came in.
Now Fish knows to avoid little Minotaur.
Oh my god. Metagaming. We all entered the city in our separate ways with our own purposes, and we were led to. Is it a synagogue or?
You were led to the Octonary, is the name of the big old tower in the center.
To an octonary, the big old tower in the center, where we met. Let me go back to my notes.
Here. If you want, if you guys were in there, I'll bring you to the Octonary interior.
I didn't write who we met.
Rollo.
Oh, well, no, Rollo was the zaddy.
He was a little bit after someone else you met first.
Lev.
Yeah, we met two people.
Lev and hang on.
Because you met here. I will add them to
Abagor.
Stage. Yes, you met Lev and Abagor,
What?
two Grand Masks that had their own assignments. And they helped you find your way inside the Octonary with also a little bit of a test to see exactly how you guys would be faring as you were supposed to be part of their organization. And they sort of wanted to see what these new people would be like. Was there anything that like stood out about them for you guys?
They were cranky.
Were they?
Yeah, or annoyed them. I mean, Snickers annoyed them.
Snickers did try to climb up one of them multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
And sniff them.
Yes. that did happen a couple of times. Which, you know, could cause someone to be cranky. But in this case, you know what? Yeah, they were totally cranky. God, fuck them for that.
Real.
Damn.
Agreed.
This is a mature Twitch stream, right?
Yeah, this is a Twitch stream. Curse as much as you want.
Losing that ad revenue so soon?
So soon.
Would hope it's a mature Twitch stream. Wow. Sorry.
There's the attempt. But yes, you guys met Abagor and Clev. They helped you throughout the Octonary, pointing you to where you needed to go. That you were all three set up for something a little more grand than what you first thought for. Because then, after a bit, you went over to the Octonary throne. One of the 8 Veil Lords that goes over, that rules over all of the world. And in here, the Octonary, as part of the world capital, each being an individual branch that one of those leaders would meet people in or go through and meet with each other to form new laws. In here, you guys met, let me stage. Rallo.
Daddy.
Zam, Zaddy?
Zam.
No, you gotta say it right. Say it like that episode.
Which
I think you
episode?
should show me how to do it, yeah.
Yeah, show me how to do it.
No,
How do
I'm
you
not
say
gonna
it?
say it. Thank you.
Okay, Cade.
Well, since Cade doesn't want to say exactly how it is, Cade, what happened in this room?
Oh.
What happened? What?
What happened in this room?
I've been called out. We were all brought here because of the prophecy of the Three of Threes. And we're on a mission to see what's going on in a tower. With a self-building tower.
A self-building tower, yeah. What was Rallo sort of like wanting from you three individually?
Good question. I think Cecil knows this one.
I think you would too. Cecil, what was happening specifically for you in this room?
He wanted Rill's hand in holy matrimony.
Oh my
He
god.
was in love.
You guys.
But what happened for you, Cecil?
Dude basically gave me a promotion. Got my own team now. Team
He
6.
did.
Oh no.
But what did he want for you, like, through that promotion?
He said, I'm tired of being God. Here you go. You become God.
Not exactly.
he said word for
He's
word.
still God, but he needed a new puppet king, and he said that you could replace that puppet king. But in order to do that, you had to
Dang.
prove yourself first, and this was one of those missions where if he gave you a unit, that you could prove yourself, so that way later on you could easily take the throne.
But you have to be a puppet first? Damn,
I'm gonna
dude.
be a God.
I'm gonna be, yep, you're gonna just straight up be a god. But one of the other things he was mentioning was that this self-building tower was something of great worry for him, that it could sort of ruin the stability of this nation he had worked so long to build up and make a prosperous place. Something that unregulated, something that out of the blue would only cause more strife and chaos, and he needed you three to take care of it. For Snickers, he heard of your great success in the hunt and thought that you would be a good addition to the team in order to help manage the other three and help hold the line should anything
Oh my god.
arise. You proved him mostly right, where in that very same room you tried to pick a fight with that god.
Did you say great success?
Great success.
You say
Were the other
man.
45 not available, or?
Maybe. You don't know.
They were hunting the great stag.
Which place did you come in the hunt, by the way, Snickers?
Oh my god.
46 or 47? Wait, what was it?
Snickers?
46.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Cecil's
Has it
mic volume is a little
glitched?
quiet. Oh, here,
I'm
I'll
still looking up.
bring up Cecil's mic volume.
Wait,
Oh my
you
god,
didn't
wait, I have
know it?
Cecil's... Or no, I have
brought it
Cade.
up in 2 months.
How did I remember it, but you didn't? Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. There you go. Thank you, Ghost.
Cade was here, yes?
Yes, Cade was here. For Cade, there was an unfortunate attempt of someone trying to sell you into slavery, but you learned that Alpaluk and Brador in general buys up all the slaves that they can from the slavers and then just immediately sets them free. However, he did ask that someone who was used to being in weird, different situations, someone who came from a different background as being a mer person does, that you might offer some genuine insight to the team as you explore this weird and unnatural kind of tower. Sort of being the eyes to investigate around the place, to see things that others might not see. And with that...
Sherlock.
What?
This is Sherlock. Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, in a
Oh,
way.
right.
Did I accidentally quote like what Sherlock is supposed to be?
What? No, you just said investigation, and I was like, I'm a detective. Sherlock
Oh.
Holmes.
Okay, yes. And Rill became Sherlock Holmes that day, and with her other two sidekicks, her other Watsons by her side, went off to go find the tower.
I request my hat. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, here's your hat.
You're gonna lose it in the water.
I
Well,
will not.
She's not going back to the water for a bit. She's fine.
Okay.
it's funny too, because a little behind the scenes for everyone else, I'm taking this audio and I'm going to sort of like slightly animate it for like a review episode. So I'm totally gonna give Rill just a little detective hat at this part.
Yeah.
You're gonna cut out the explanation. Edit it.
Yes, that's what editing's for.
Can Cecil have a crown?
Yeah, Cecil can get a crown because he wanted to, for that part we were talking about, he's gonna become God or become at least a puppet king.
God.
But was there anything else that people remembered in this room or in the Octonery in general when you guys went and talked to Clev and Abigor?
Yes.
What do you remember?
I remember that they were nice enough to provide me supplies.
What kind of supplies?
A bit of string and wood, a firefly, a pinch of salt and soot, Apple AirPods Pro.
That's a pretty nice gift for them to give you. But that was Clev and Abigor who gave it to you, correct? Not
Right.
Not
Yeah.
Rallo.
I thought you said this room and then the room before.
Yeah.
Is there
No.
anything you remember?
I'm just clarifying.
Yeah.
Because also Rallo gave you a
Mask.
tip. He gave you a mask. Do you remember what that sort of like went down as?
He's like, if you want to take over my place as God, you need to use this. And then he gave me Smiling Rage.
Which, describe it for us. What did it look like?
It was a red mask with a big nose. That's what I remember off the top of my head. Wait, I have notes.
It's also an icon for you.
Long
in your
protruding nose. Eyes are furrowed.
Out of all of our masks, Cecil's was the only one that
Had anything, right?
decoration. Yeah.
His was the only one with any decoration or form. Carved in the shape of a Tengu mask, with its long red protruding nose and furrowed brow. It was also stated what it does off the bat. Rallo told him, this is how this mask works. These are the powers it can give you. But for the other two, yep, see, there it is.
Slenderman masks.
You got blank masks, blank white masks that are initiates for those who join the various teams of mask retrieval squads out here. And because you're a newly formed mask retrieval unit, you got your own initiate masks. What they can do, however, seems to be as of a mystery of currently. No one's really put them on to truly delve into what they hold or what their potential could be.
I wonder if the masks change as we attune to them.
Possibly.
Like, do they gain like any features? Like, do
Yeah,
they
I
change
get
colors?
I get a third eye.
Like a mood ring, you know? Like a mood ring.
Today you're feeling angry. Your mask is red today.
Mask form of turquoise.
If I'm angry, that means I'm hungry.
Oh my god.
Where are my chicken nuggies?
But also, like Cecil put in the chat, this is what his Smiling Rage does for his abilities. They help him out in some various ways, and they can also summon forth the Dwelling Beast. And as he was explaining to you what this mask can do and its abilities... Oh, wait a second.
What's a dwelling beast?
You don't know yet, because he has not put it on, nor summoned it forth, nor has anyone asked.
Well,
but-
out of sight, out of mind kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Sorry.
But as he was being given the Smiling Rage and being told what it could do, all three of you felt a similar dwelling anger within Rallo, where even though he was calm, collected, and about the bureaucracy of the world on the exterior, inside you felt an inner rage as he mentioned the tower.
He's a barbarian class.
But later on, you guys decided that was enough, and you decided to go on your own journey with a tip that you should stop by the 4-in-1. However, before you got to the 4-in-1, you were all met by a certain someone
My buddy.
with a little mask,
The Holy Man.
My boy Snow.
and he brought you
best.
to. He brought you inside to his own little store.
Probably.
He has a cat?
Yo, he's got a cat?
He's got a fucking cat.
Did he adopt it or did he buy it from a breeder?
roll D2 to find out. Yeah,
So-
it's my boy.
There he is. With a little bit of a clumsy gait, he
Little.
welcomed you into his shop. Anyone want to describe for me what happened inside Snow's shop?
The fucker dove head first into shelves. Not once, but twice. I love that man.
Gave me fish.
He destroyed his own shop by diving.
He's like, I'll get something for you. Huzzah! Oh god.
Yes, he did. And unfortunately, with half his shop destroyed, he wasn't able to give you much, but whatever he could give, he gave willingly. Cade, you said you got some fish from him. Did anyone else get anything from Snow?
He
I
gave me a
thought I had
potion at
something
some point.
else.
I don't think I bought anything. I only looked into his holes.
Ooh, what did you see when you tried to look into his holes in his mask?
Nothing but an ever-expanding void. Some light sparkled, and whatever was in there is aware of Snickers.
Oh.
Something not exactly like just seeing a dim face with behind a mask. That seemed a little bit more behind Snow's clumsy facade than before. And with that, he gave you all a little farewell as he dove once again behind the counters and tried to not destroy the world.
He's really good at sneaking or
He's
disappearing.
really good at sneaking. Yeah, I need to turn off panic.
Isn't he good at like quietly coming up behind you, even though he dives into everything?
Yes. He was very quiet on his feet, actually. Even though he was diving into things. When he tried to make some noise, he could definitely make some noise, but otherwise he could just appear right behind you. Did anyone here, by chance, ask him some questions about himself?
Yeah.
Really did.
What kind of questions
don't
did
remember.
you ask?
I don't remember. But
asked
I
about
did
the
write.
shoulder.
Oh, I did. Yeah. I learned that he's killed a dragon before, and that you gotta go for the legs. They're like chicken legs. Or chicken
Yeah.
thighs, excuse me.
He said that he helped hunt one of the dragons, but he hurt his shoulder in the process, and he gave you a tip on how to kill dragons in that kind of way. In this case, going for their little skinny-ass chicken legs.
And he said he's a practitioner of the wizarding arts.
He did, yes. He knew how to cast magics. Did he also, by chance, mention that he went with a party of other people to go slay that dragon?
Yeah, I wonder who. What could their names be?
He told you, by chance, how big that party was?
I don't recall.
Then I guess he didn't.
I just know he holds a dragon egg.
He does hold a dragon egg, that's true. And because of that, he is maybe a little more than what meets the eye, even besides what you saw behind the mask, because a little history check for the rest of you guys. Dragons don't exist anymore in this world. They're considered functionally extinct. And what that means is whatever you want it to mean in that case. But with all of that of poor Snow, the man who could break a whole counter just as quickly as he could slay a dragon, you guys decided to continue on to the 4-1.
He's my best buddy.
He's a good pal. And let me clear the
I have a
page here.
question.
Yeah.
When we talk, are you gonna like activate theater for us so we pop up on the screen?
So for when I animate this, I'm actually doing little chibi versions of you guys.
Baby.
So it'll be like a little
Sure.
like chibi like 2-frame animation of you guys going like ba 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 as you describe your thing with some various emotions.
The Muppets?
Like the Muppets. See, here's the dumb part is for at least in game, if I add you guys to stage, like let's say Cecil's talking right now of something, I bring him up, for some reason he just stays small. Player characters don't enlarge like NPCs do.
Mine looks fine on my screen.
Well, how at the same size as the previous?
I guess it's a little smaller. I think it's like very readable though.
Because if
Title shows up fine. I think it's great.
but like I bring up then Aluin,
Oh, she's chunky.
It just like the settings don't go the same, but also like I'm gonna be changing things anyways for the animation itself. And when you guys speak, otherwise like you'll be able to still speak as yourselves with your character tokens. That being said, though, you got to the 4-in-1. Snickers, do you want to describe what happened at the 4-in-1?
Sure. This is where we found our traveling method, our steeds, but they're not steeds, they're rams.
Yeah.
We needed Cecil to negotiate for us because he has the money, the social skills, and the prestige.
The looks,
Where do you get that prestige
the
from?
etiquette.
He had a kid.
Because that's where you guys learned a little bit about Cecil's backstory.
Cecil apparently he's nobility, or he was rich parents, for sure. Come on.
Cecil, what was your heritage?
I am a god.
No, you're not.
His
Not
parents
yet.
are knights.
You're a rich little kid that just got out of the academy.
No, he's not. He's not a certain Angus. No.
I don't know who that is.
Copper?
A copper?
I have some gold, not copper though.
But Cecil, your parents were also paladins, correct?
Yes.
And all paladins in this world are considered of a holy class, a elevated martial status, because it is only paladins that have the right to protect the Octonary and Alpaluk in general.
And he comes from a distinguished line of paladins, right?
He does. It was all but expected that he would join the mask retrieval squads, or that he would become one of those paladins who protects the Octonary itself, his parents being highly praised paladins who have protected it in the past. Cecil, still coming into his own self, he's... how old are you, Cecil?
18.
18, barely really at age to be taking command of anything. He's still at least strong enough to be going on missions themselves, but it's still quite a new thing for him to be leading a mask retrieval unit or being a full-fledged paladin in of itself. And for those reasons, this is why it's sort of a bit of a trial run for him in these cases. But you guys figured out, or found out, that he comes from this long line when he had to mention to Aluin here at the 4-in-1 about his family's heritage and that they were good to take the rams off her hands, that they weren't just going to be like taking them off and not returning. Because she had a bit of an issue with people not returning her rams as of late.
Yes, she has a struggling business.
She does have a struggling business.
All businesses are struggling.
Yeah, most businesses are struggling. That's true. A lot of places you went around to seemed like they weren't really making that much coin.
And Cecil promised her sponsorship.
I don't remember
Came
that.
back.
I don't remember that. What do you mean, huh? No, not me.
No, that definitely didn't happen.
Collective memory?
What kind of memories did you guys make by chance in here? Was there some other parts of the deal here, or some other certain people that you met?
We played around with the rams.
Yeah. What were your rams' names? Describe them, because that was a pretty big point for you guys, wasn't it?
Yeah. My ram's name is Chungus. I think he's brown, if I'm pretty sure. He's playful and cute. And he adores me, as I do him. That's my boy.
That's my boy. And Cecil, what did yours look like?
Mine, of course, was just the absolute spitting image of a royal ram. Her name was Rydia. I looked at her, she looked at me. We knew. We understood each other. I am the Lord.
What color was she?
Ooh.
Polka dot.
Polka dot?
Blue and yellow.
Whoa. That's a very interesting ram.
DM confirm.
No, they were polka dotted in nature, but it was of a ash gray and a white.
Oh, that's right. The Chargers were blue and yellow. My bad.
Oh. But yes, it was a white ram with some ashen gray spots speckled around its fur. She was a nice ram that immediately seemed like she's used to paladins and noticed your own air as you walked up to her, bowed before you, and let you climb on top of her to immediately start getting on your way. But then, in the back, Snickers, who was the first to go to the rams, met a different kind of ram. Snickers, what was your ram?
I had mine was spotted.
Yours was spotted?
Yeah.
Cool.
And his name was Sam. Sam
Mine.
the Ram.
Sam the ram. What kind of spots did he have on him? What colors were they?
I don't remember.
That's fine.
Yikes.
This is a chance where we can remake that part. Describe Sam?
Sam was a white ram.
Cool. Just
Wait.
plain white?
No, he has spots, but his spots were brown.
Brown spots. Okay. And also, you guys had a little bit of kinship from the beginning, sort of due to your people's nature of having taken care of rams or other kind of bovine creatures up in the northern wastes. And you had been playing with Sam before, as the rest got like accustomed to their rams, correct?
Yeah.
Was there anything like special about Sam's nature or demeanor that caught you off?
I don't remember.
That is fine. Because eventually you guys all took your rams after promising Eluin that you'd give her some sponsorship for not paying the full amount of gold that she sort of expected from you guys for a government-sanctioned ship mission, and went on your way. And you came over here to start traveling in the forest. Now, how did the forest travel
I
go for
remember
you
this.
guys?
This fucking guy.
Yeah. Ugh, my worst nightmare.
God.
Because from what seemed to be a happy moment at first, seemed to only delve into further and further sadness.
Here, can I start us off?
Go for it.
Okay. As we entered the forest, we ended up encountering a warforged named Terry,
Yes.
who asked us
Guy.
if we could help with training some new recruits that he needed for his own mission. So we did start a battle with them. However, it went south very quickly.
How'd it go south?
They deserve to die.
I will give it to Rill or Cecil for this.
I didn't
Cecil?
understand what was going on. He just knows of people who attacked him, and anyone who attacks him will face his might.
His divine smite.
That is what happened.
But I think it was Rill that sort of shone the brightest in this battle. Rill, what happened in this battle for you?
Oh no. Reliving my trauma. Alright, so as Luna mentioned, we were fighting, and let's just say we accidentally killed some people, and then we caused some heartbreak between some lovers, and then a gargoyle appeared
Yes.
mid-fight.
A gargoyle did appear. Here, what happened with him? Because when he popped in, some weird truths were laid bare.
So the gargoyle's name was Carix.
Yes.
He gave
Also-
us information on gargoyles.
Just as a quick thing for you guys, it says Quasitan here. That's a name for gargoyles. It's a generic name, not his name. So you're correct in remembering his name. Thank you for that. I just didn't want it to have like any confusion in that part.
Where does it say that?
Over on the bottom right of his little character portrait should say right here, sort of like Quasitan.
He did not pop up for me.
Oh, rip.
Me neither.
Oh,
Oh,
rip.
is there no one on your screens right now?
Just Terry.
No. Yeah.
I'm the only one who can see him.
So, because of that, your image heights might be set to too big, so he's appearing off screen for you.
Okay.
That's what I would be thinking. But other than that, if you take a quick look at the stream, you'll see him appear in there. Even though it says Quasit in there, you are correct in remembering his name.
Quasi.
Because he told you a little bit about gargoyles, correct?
Yep.
And during the fight, as you, as a certain small minotaur person, just climbed up the back of him and ripped his wings off and stabbed him.
I was protecting the homies, man.
She also got knocked unconscious twice.
Not in this one.
Let the record show.
Not in this one.
Not in this one.
What?
No one got knocked unconscious in this fight.
In the gargoyle fight?
Not
We
in
did
this fight.
so
Yeah.
good this one.
Yeah.
You guys remember different fights? Get the VOD.
So here's the funny thing: that VOD is apparently not here.
What?
That is
How are
part
you
of the
supposed
reason.
to know I'm not lying.
Cecil's actually the one that knocked out 2 times.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Cut it right there after absolutely.
I am
Absolutely,
positive I
absolutely.
rezzed her twice.
No, not in this one. This was you res
In
me.
which one?
It was in the puppet one.
No, definitely not.
Yes, it was because it was.
I have
in the,
notes saying to make fun of you that I rezzed you twice.
That was in the puppet one.
No, it wasn't. I also rezzed you then, but I definitely rezzed you.
No, I mean I got
Yes.
low to health. You healed me once, but
No
I
one
remember
fell
Terry.
in this battle. The people who fell in this battle were Terry's unfortunate recruits,
yeah, Jacob and Carl.
who tried to just practice some of their new techniques on you guys, and then faced, unfortunately, death and mayhem at the hands of these people.
Yeah, I have written in my notes bury Jacob and Carl together.
But you did leave one alive after everything
Yeah.
was said and done.
After slicing his arteries.
After slicing his arteries, and he was in mortally wounded condition.
Yeah,
Fucking jugular. She went for the jugular.
it's a hunting move. You wouldn't get it.
You would
Damn.
get it.
Yikes.
You're right.
But
Carrick said one thing, and he
Yes.
said this will be the last and first you hear of Carrick's, and then he died.
which, in a way, he was correct.
I mean, he also said we were more kindling for the fire.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, oh, no. Oh, and then Rail saw inside of his stony flesh, because we managed to cut him at some point, that there was, I saw something move, but I couldn't tell what it was. And then by the time he was dead, there was nothing in there.
Ooh.
And then the fucker tossed me in the fucking fire.
Ooh, what was this fire?
Oh, wait. That was Jacob. Jacob made a ring of fire, and then the
Yes.
fucking gargoyle tossed me into it like a fucking fish stick.
Like a fish stick. He was ready to have some
Oil.
fried fish stick.
I'm triggered.
I don't know why you'd be triggered by this fight. You guys survived this one perfectly fine.
Oh yeah, there's another one that
This poor old Carax who didn't survive this one.
boils my blood.
But yeah, was there anything else that you guys remembered from this fight?
Yeah, Cecil was down twice. No. See, I remember Cecil did do something that was pretty funny. He, what were you?
Rezzed you twice.
No, it was when you were trying to shoot a spell and you kept missing, and then you finally hit. You're like, got him, and you like blew your finger like a gun.
I don't think that happened. I didn't hit him.
Oh, I thought it did.
No,
Because I remember, I very clearly remember you describing, and Cecil shoots it, and he's like, miss, and very deadpan
Yeah,
tone.
it,
And then
it
he
was a
shoots
lightning.
again, miss. Oh, and then he hit him once, he's like, got him.
I didn't hit him with the lightning lash.
I just know that Cecil told me he had an instructor back home named Oscar who could train me in water
It
training.
was a joke.
What do you mean? That's canon now.
Yeah, he said it. He spoke it.
He spoke it, and as we all
said
know,
that.
Cecil never lies.
Yeah. I remember I said it and Terry tried to butt in. I was like, shut up, Terry. Nobody
Yeah,
can talk
and I
to you."
wrote down Terry knows an Oscar.
Ooh, what was that kind of like? Because Terry butt in with you guys after that whole fight finished up.
And we were on our way together.
Why did
We
he
had a
join
call-
with you guys?
We have a common goal.
We killed everyone he had employed.
That too. No, we didn't. We left 2 alive.
We left
One.
one alive.
2.
One.
We revived one.
No, didn't the gargoyle kill the other one?
Oh, I think he might have. That part I do not remember. I remember one. Oh no, two did survive because one was unconscious, knocked out
See?
by possibly the gargoyle. You revived him, and then they both took the one that Rill disemboweled, and they went and buried him off in the distance.
I never disemboweled anybody.
You
That was-
disemboweled one, and Euro took his sword into someone and divine smited them from the inside, exploding them.
Yes.
I did not disembowel
And he deserved
anybody. I punched them.
Oh yeah, you punched him with your quarterstaff, and you, you gave him a concussion to death.
Damn it. My trauma.
You had blocked it out.
But
I was
after-
coming onto the light.
After your absolute merciless execution of some of his soldiers he had hired to help with his mission, you learn that Terry also was trying to find something at the at the tower itself, and he decided to come with you
And feels the
guys.
Reward.
Yes, he did offer a reward for you guys if you protected him through his mission.
Reward still stands. I am owed one.
Well,
Do we
we'll
like
learn
that?
about that later on. But
That guy's been clearing floors by himself.
Yeah.
he sort of has.
It's a fucking dungeon king.
That's
DK?
our final. That's our real final boss. It's Terry.
Terry's at the top with like halberd. He's just like, fucking come for me.
Yeah. Sitting on a throne of disembodied puppet heads and a gargoyle like wing behind him as the back seat. Terry.
You did not
Comes
protect
to us
this
like a-
one. This
Oh my
one will now protect himself.
Triggered. Triggered.
Threat detected.
Oh wait, I can do. Threat detected.
Oh no. He already chopped my fin. What else is he gonna do?
Oh god, he did in the battle, didn't he? Before he backed off.
The motherfucker.
But after all that, he decided to join you guys, and you went over and actually found the tower.
Yep.
A very intense place. That was here. I'm sorry, it's just scrolling for this. Hey, Cecil. I always forget. It's Cecil, correct?
Yeah, Cecil.
What was it like when you guys finally found the tower?
We were like, wow, a tower, and then we decided to go to sleep.
No, we went inside.
That
Oh,
was
we went
true.
inside first.
But what was the first impressions when you guys saw the tower before you even went inside?
It's building itself.
freaking gloomy.
Dark and gloomy, yeah. Snickers, did you remember anything of note when you guys first saw the tower break the horizon?
Nope. They
Okay.
said it all.
Something important
There's
to
no
note.
sound.
The forest disappeared as you guys went over towards that tower. All of the area around is deserted, barren dirt and land. Nothing was growing there. There was no actual fertile soil. There was barely any plants. It seemed that all life here had gone away, in a sense, in a certain radius around it. You also saw like these odd caverns and crags showing themselves throughout this the surrounding expanse. And let let me just change the here. So that was something important to note. But also, as you guys got further, like Rill said, there was no sound. It was completely silent the further you went in there, until you finally got to the open door, and you opened yourself, and you opened the door to go inside. And once you went inside, there was a cacophony of noise as you found yourselves seeing writing on the walls and an odd poem being displayed to you all. Anyone by chance remember parts of that poem?
Sorry.
Yes.
Really quick question.
Yes.
I keep hearing the medieval city sound, and I don't know why.
Oh, because I still have it playing. Here, I turned it off.
Okay. Oh, thank God. I was like, am I the only one?
Nope. All music is controlled by me. I just left that one playing. I have multiple soundtracks playing at once. But when you guys entered in, the sudden silence was replaced with a cacophony of noise and writing on the walls. Anyone want to help describe what you saw and what you heard?
Misery.
By Maroon 5.
I was going for misery business, but okay.
Why didn't you say misery business then?
Because
God.
misery was
I
what
just-
better suited it.
I just thought of the Imagine Dragons misery.
We are all 3 different peas in 3 different pods.
That's why we're stuck in a tower to bond.
Yep. Hang on. The only thing I remember about the poem right now is time rewind, something rebind. That's it. Cecil knows the rest.
Cecil?
What?
Apparently you know the rest of the poem?
Quotes it almost every time.
Here you guys
What?
are.
Come on. If I just told you the poem, that'd be breaking the 4th wall, 5th wall, floor, no floor, you fall.
There you go. Bam.
But you heard this on loop, pounding through your heads and also being written on the walls themselves.
Hey, it's the poem.
It is the poem. Does anyone remember of like any specific parts that you saw in there?
Repeat the word.
Oh, and then there was excruciating pain. Covered our ears before that happened.
Mm-hmm. Which is very
And-
odd coming from the fact that you guys heard no sound before this.
Yeah, and then the statues, I guess, lining the hall, also had their faces were in pain,
Yes.
scrunched up.
They were scrunched up, contorted in pain, and it seemed like they were crying like little rivers of blood that when you looked back later had no trace of them ever being there. But with that poem done, and it's sort of ringing through your minds, you came across another face that was already in the tower by the time that you got to the tower hall. And here, you met this guy. Really, you want to describe what that was like?
He was an
No.
ass. He was an asshole.
He was an ass? Okay, Snickers. What else happened in here?
We kept asking him stuff, and he's like, I don't want to tell you. No. Clark, where are you in my notes?
Because also,
Clark.
Terry was in there, was he not? He had a little moment to play in here.
He smells like lilac and other citruses.
Yes, you did sniff him.
Ma, frail man. He said he was waiting for us.
Why was he waiting for you?
I don't know. He didn't say.
He was also trying to figure out why the tower, actually, he was trying to stop the tower from building himself with his own contraption. That
Supposedly.
Yeah, but he needed other puzzle pieces or other parts of the mechanism that he didn't have, and that's what we went in to search for.
Mm-hmm. So he had a contraption that was in there, and I'll bring us to that right now. That you saw in here. It looked like a giant puzzle container, but it only had one piece in it. And he was asking for help in trying to figure out first how it worked, and also to grab the other pieces that were needed. Rill is the only one who saw this, however, and quickly looked away from it as she saw containers with eyeballs in them, and immediately said, "I don't want to look at this," and then went away.
Yep. That's
And
exactly
instead,
what Rill did.
Went back to Terry and decided to do something or talk to Terry in a certain way. Snickers, do you remember that part?
Yeah. I think Cecil will tell it better.
Yeah?
I
Cecil,
disagree.
what happened?
Fuck Terry.
Well, no, that's not exactly what happened first. What did Rill say to Terry?
You know that.
Oh, this part. Yeah.
Yes.
It was, well, Real.
You guys have all passed it to each other?
Real, why don't you go ahead and explain what you said?
No, I think there's more important things.
What did you say to Terry?
Who are these people?
And Terry doesn't know how to whisper or use his inside voice, so he's like, I don't know who these people are.
But also, Rill didn't know how to stay quiet either. Because Rill also shouted the question at Terry.
No, I didn't. I whispered.
Yes, you did.
I definitely whispered.
You went right to Terry and you said, "Terry, who are these people?" And Terry responded with, "Terry does not know who these people are, nor does he know why you would think he knows."
Regardless, she said that right after they introduced themselves.
Yes. Kark here introduced himself saying, "Oh, you guys are here. We can get to work. I'm Kark." And next to him was a small young girl.
Lolly.
Leave Rill alone.
Rill isn't
she
a
is.
lolly.
Yeah, but leave Rill alone. You guys are freaking bullying her.
It's fun.
The lolly.
There was Kark and there was Genois. Genois, having no arms, had cast some sort of spell that her hat was able to use appendages for her. And she came up and greeted you all very cordially before having to be summoned off by Kark to help with the machine and then go off to retrieve some of the containers. Does anyone remember sort of like why we needed these containers in the first place? Rill was mentioning that it would help stop the tower, but there was also another use for it.
Oh.
Try and like separate them. No one remembers? It also would help you guys get to the top of the tower. None of these staircases
I just got
actually
to
went
that.
to the top. Okay, sorry, you can describe it then. Go for it.
It said that, like you mentioned earlier, machine is connected to central hub, and because of that, it's connected to the staircases, and therefore, as of right now, Clark only has certain control, not full control of it.
Yes. And if you guys want to try and stop the tower being built, you have to get to the top of the tower before it finishes. And along with that, he needs those containers in order to assume full control. However, these staircases currently swap themselves between different levels of the tower. And you can see these staircases moving from one floor to the next. And his first suggestion was to send you guys to a certain floor, correct?
Yep.
And that was in the very top layers, about the 30s or so. Meanwhile, Genois was going to take care of the first 10 floors, and Terry was going to take care of the middle floors. Terry, having been yelled at by the team for a little bit and a while, decided he was going to go off and do his own mission and go take care of those floors. And went off. Kark raised the stairs for him, and he went off on his own. No bounty to be had or protection given. Currently, that is the last we've seen of Terry. And as of this moment, he is either still stuck in those floors, has completed his mission, or has died.
It's a robot. He's like the Iron Giant.
Well, not that you've seen. The only bits you've seen of Terry is that he falls apart pretty easily, and he has to use considerable force to smack his pieces back into himself.
Someone should fix him.
Someone should fix him. Someone should also maybe give him some protection. But that's not happening right now.
We'll get there. We'll find his dead body.
We'll find his dead body later.
We either have Big Boss Terry or disassembled Terry.
Well,
I'm
banking
on the big boss.
In order to find Terry's dead body, you sort of gotta save yourselves at the moment, right? Because what happened a little bit after he left, and Genoa also left?
Ah, yeah. There's the kicker.
Yeah, we left. And instead of going over to the small town next to the tower...
Oh, yeah, here, we could actually back up, because right after you guys met these people, you went off and did something else. Instead of going to the town that was next over, the town of Warrington, that you'd been told you might get some useful information from, you guys went over and decided to camp.
We decided to have a sleepover.
You guys decided to leave the tower before any of them left upstairs. And how did that go for you guys?
Fun. We gabbed, we gossiped, you know.
And you slept the night away.
And we slept the night away peacefully. Nothing attacked us.
Not a single thing.
Nope.
Cecil.
Wait, I attempted.
Oh, yeah, real?
I attempted to get on one of the bricks and, shoot all the way up to the top of the tower, but I'm too slow, apparently.
Yes, and that was an important part I didn't describe when you guys first saw the tower. You guys saw bricks emerging from the ground, bringing itself to the tower as it built itself, correct?
You know, it's weird finding bricks in the wild.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost as if this tower was built before.
In a way. Especially considering all the interior decorations that were already in this tower as it built itself. Seemingly as if it already had a blueprint, something it knew of how to build itself. And it was just reconstructing. But
magical janitors?
Magical janitors. After you guys took a day to sort of leave the tower and just say, no, I don't want to go in here. You eventually came back when you remembered that there was a timer and that the tower had almost finished completing itself and that the clock was ticking and you had wasted about 12 of those hours sleeping. So when we got back into the... Trust me, I know.
It's 68% complete, at least at that time.
At least at that time. But you guys went back in.
10 floors had been built. I have a note here that says Melly, and I don't know why.
So
I do too. It said Melly 20 floors.
Yes.
20s floors.
There was a moment where Kark mentioned to you that it was not just Kark and Genoa in here. That there was a third person that was already clearing some of the floors.
Oh.
And there was a, what did he call it? There's a previous Zurunta expedition that never made it back.
Mm-hmm. Because
Kark
mentioned to you that he, Genoa, and Melly were all from the kingdom of Zurunta. And that they were sent here to retrieve the previous expedition while also stopping the tower itself. Was there any other parts that you guys remember about Kark, Genoa, or before telling Terry to get lost?
Nope.
Okay. Then
That was
one quick moment. I need to refill my water. My throat hurts. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Take over the stream.
Oh my god. You're such a rebel.
Everybody spend your points. Go, go, go.
Sorry.
Kazoo.
You can do this, huh?
I am back, and you guys have effectively taken over. Good job. Good job there.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm still working on taking it over. Continue.
Keep going for it. I believe in you. Take that shit over.
What? What?
Uh-huh.
My-
You can do it.
What?
Keep going. Keep going.
My message.
What message?
Hi. Ha. Speedrun time.
Speed run writing. Also, thank you for the kazoo redeems.
Huh?
I just saw it in the chat log. Kazoo redeem.
You're welcome.
I have to fix those later after this. Oh my god, I looked back and there's just so many circles.
What are all these circles doing here?
I thought I had you guys relegated enough of like not being able to move. I didn't know that I also have to be able to be like, you can't draw on these with your tool measurements.
I didn't actually mean to do that.
Right, guys. Ping, ping.
Oh my god.
You can't stop the pings. Womp, womp,
I make
womp,
these-
Womp, womp.
I make these maps on the assumption of like, I can trust my friends, and then I remember, no, I can't.
Your friends are trolls.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I had my fun.
But
From the soul.
you guys are going up the stairs, and before you reached your dedicated range of floors that Kark told you to try and get some containers from, you heard a scream of a young girl right from where
then we
Genoa
jumped.
had gone. Yes, you jumped off the stairs down a couple of levels to go try and save her. We're going to stay in here for right now. I don't have those uploaded here, but we're just going to describe sort of what you saw through there, what happened. Because in the very first part, you came across some people that weren't exactly your friends, correct?
Yes. We came across puppets.
And it was a dark room.
Yeah. So it was a dark room where we couldn't see anything, but we could hear them.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until we got closer that we saw them, but they also saw us
They did.
and attacked.
And they also heard you.
Yeah.
What happened in that first fight?
That's where we got fucked.
First fight?
Well, not the first one.
Not the first one.
We did fine.
Yeah. 'cause
Honestly, we did fine for a long time, and then horny McDumbface over here decided to fucking throw rocks at the killer mannequins. Almost killed every one of us.
Cecil, what was the way that you killed the puppets the first time?
Oh, it was really easy. All we did was smack the goddamn strings off of them, and they were like, oh. And then they died.
That's true. And all their strings
They
were pointing.
thanked us.
Oh, sorry, what?
They thanked us.
They did. As they were dying, they gave you a soft thank you, did they not? And all their strings
Hardcore.
that you cut were at one point facing a certain direction.
Yes, north.
Mm-hmm. Did you explore the north at all?
No.
We tried.
You tried. What stopped you?
Everybody
Snickers.
else wanted to go south. Snouth.
Snouth.
Wow. I've heard of Weast, but Snouth is new.
Snouth is new.
I gotta get my life together. Oh my god.
Hey man, there's a hole in my wall.
Sorry, that hole in my wall comment got me.
He's not lying.
What? Why do you have a hole in your wall?
I accidentally made a hole in my wall.
Really? Did you
Yes.
get like angry or?
No, I was like, I'm gonna push myself away from the wall in my rolling chair, and I'm gonna use my feet to push myself away. Like I've done it every day for the past year and 4 months. And then my foot went through the wall.
Kicked it. He done kicked the wall.
After a year and 4 months of wearing that wall down, you finally broke through.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I want to stress I did not like it wasn't anywhere near a kick. It was put foot on wall, push myself away. Like not one nice fluid slow motion. It wasn't kick the that's what caught me so off guard. I was like, what just happened? So there's a hole in my wall now.
Is it fixed now, or do you still have this hole?
Oh, absolutely not. It's still right there. I've taken absolutely no action.
Can you take a picture of it?
No.
Okay.
Wait,
That would be acknowledging it exists, and as far as I know, it doesn't exist.
Are you going to acknowledge it at one point and fix it?
Yeah,
or
probably like 3 weeks from now.
Let's make it 4.
4's too long.
Do you have any animals in the house that are just gonna like escape through that hole?
If there's any animals, I will be very disappointed that I didn't know about them.
What about the infestation problem?
Oh, infestation is a strong word.
Oh,
Infested. Sounds
So
like
does
Oh, sorry, what?
I think Euro is offering us some clues as to how to get out of this tower, you know? Like, we
Yeah.
just punch a hole.
You get a goddamn hole in the wall.
Rita.
That's it. That's actually an interesting point on how to get out of this tower. That Euro did something similar because he's the only one who's successfully escaped this tower, even if only for a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
Because when you guys found yourselves in this level of the tower, after killing some of these puppets and them thanking you for putting them out of their misery, you noticed that the doors were locked behind you, and you decided to continue going forward. Where then you noticed a dining hall with
And
some
that's
people.
where it all started.
Hey, Snickers, do you want to
Almost
describe to
away.
me what you saw in that dining hall?
More importantly, can you walk us through your thought process behind almost murdering us?
Oh. Since we had encountered the puppets before and they seemed to have souls in them, Snickers, when approaching this what's like a banquet type room,
Mm-hmm.
I heard them talking and
What were they mentioning?
I have to find that. Oh, they were arguing.
Yes.
One puppet, and these names keep coming up, Turkov and Herman. One puppet believed in Turkov, that he was going to save him, while the other one believed Herman was going to be the one to save them from this turmoil that they had been going through. And it turns out that these dolls were trying to escape petrification from the gargoyles, and the gargoyles were their enemies. So, to see if they were actually sentient and not on a loop, Snickers threw a pebble, and it went horribly wrong.
How did it go horribly wrong?
Instead, they approached the door, and there was nowhere to hide, and instead they ended up going through a fight.
Well, there wasn't nowhere to hide. As they approached the door, the other two went and hid. Snickers decided to stand in front of the door and let them open it. Did she not?
Yeah, I panicked.
Snickers really said, "Don't move. They can't see if you don't move."
They can't see me. Don't. Puppets are like dinosaurs.
They don't have eyes.
They don't have eyes. And unfortunately, as they opened the door, it was not met with a cordial greeting. What ensued from there, Cecil?
We almost died.
Yeah? How?
The fuckers two-shot me.
They seemed extremely more powerful than any of the previous puppets that you had just fought beforehand, correct?
Yes.
But Rill also was able to sort of work her way throughout it. Rill, you shone like really brightly in that battle, didn't you?
Good God, I was at 6 health for the majority of that thing.
You were the only one who didn't drop in that battle, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Whereas the other two sort of ping-ponged themselves between life and death.
Yep.
I had to res Snickers, I think, twice.
No, that was Cecil. Cecil rezzed me once, I think, and then maybe you did once.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of which, Cecil, did you use your health potions in that? Because if I'm looking at your items right now, you still have
I got
a superior
those.
healing potion and 2 graders, or are those just extras?
Though I got those after somehow. I had one healing potion I used during the fight. Actually, Brill used it on me. I don't know where I got these from.
We went into another room. I think it was where.
I think you got them in the study.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got them after. That's for sure.
I remember I wanted to steal one from him, but he was like, "No."
Maybe it was when we were looting.
No, it was after looting.
Because when you finally finished this battle, you did loot some stuff, didn't you, Rill? What kind of stuff did you find on the puppets?
Yeah. Hang on.
And while she's looking up that, also to try and finish off this battle, Cecil let a different part of him shine through in that battle, didn't he?
Oh, they do have eyes. Jesus, those are frightening.
What?
The puppets.
Oh, she just saw the puppet on screen.
She wasn't even on the right page.
Oh, fuck. What were you looking at this whole time?
Yeah, it's been
I
there.
was looking at my notes.
Okay, so I found a gold ring and a bronze dagger from a doll.
Okay, nice. And you like took those off of the dolls.
Yep, I looted them fuckers.
Okay, good to know. And then, Cecil, you let a different part of yourself shine through in that battle, correct?
Yes.
Try and hold off the impending doom and death. But it wasn't you using your mask you were given. You used a different part of a power.
Yes,
What happened?
that I did.
He's keeping it secret.
Okay. But after that battle, and after the looting, there was an argument that was had, and Snickers stormed off on her own, while Rill and Cecil decided to stay together to try and not die.
No, that was before.
That was before?
Yes. After that battle, Cecil did show some anger, and Snickers just followed, very guilty, because that was dangerous.
Some anger is maybe putting it a little bit mildly. Didn't he like pick you up and put you up against a wall saying if you ever did something like that again, he'd personally kill you?
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe a little more than just,
Actually, Cecil didn't say that. That was me in real life.
Oh, okay.
That's the hole in the wall.
That's the hole in the
That's actually where the hole in the wall came from. It's the size of Snickers.
Snickers-sized hole. Well, to be fair, that's not too big of a hole, all things considered.
Yeah, I'm not counting the horns.
He folded me and just. Yeah, but no, after that, we ended up exploring some of the tower and finding journal entries as well.
Well,
as...
Snickers went off on her own first.
Yes, this was before the ballroom part, though.
Oh, was it?
Yes, yeah, when we split the party, because the two, Cecil and Rill, ended up going north to where they found a door that they couldn't open, and Snickers went south.
Yes.
To be fair, we didn't even try to open it because everybody said, let's go south.
We also found that little area downstairs that we raided while Snickers was goofing off.
Oh yeah, where I got paper and we got a portrait of Turkoth.
Yes. And you found a portrait of Turkoth. And now that we're in this new system, I can actually show you that portrait you found.
I got cartographer. Whoa.
Oh.
You found a man who looked like this.
He has two faces.
He has two faces.
Well, isn't this the second face down here by his hip?
That is
That's
a
another
child.
person. Yeah.
Oh.
You can see a body beneath that face.
He's a falconer.
He's got two bodies.
Yeah, it was the same tone. No, it was the same body. I thought it was all together like a wooden cloak. He had like a face strapped onto him on his hip.
Oh, no. No.
So he's a wooden man. Oh.
But yeah.
Also spelling his name wrong all the time.
Oh.
Yes. Trkoth. It is fine if you were misspelling it because someone in the group kept trying to say it was Tarkov, the entire
Yeah.
time saying
His name
it's
is
spelled like
Tarkov.
this. It's Tarkov. So I was like, I expected from the beginning that none of you would know.
I distinctly remember we asked, but you know.
Yeah, I remember like, oh, he says it's like jerk off. Okay, got it.
It also had, with it though, a letter that was attached to the painting, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was that painting had been commissioned for him.
Yes. Do you know what was in that, what it said?
I think I'm the one who has that letter. Let me see. I can't find my icon.
Uh-oh.
There.
I got it if you need it.
Yeah, I don't have it. Never mind.
But Luna,
it said
you have it?
Yeah, it said your kindness is unlimited and unbound by these mortal coils. That's what I wrote down.
Here is the rest of that commission letter.
Yeah, so from what we've learned, exploring the tower and the rooms, and from the journal entries we found, is that Turkov was summoned here, and first we didn't know by who, because a lot of it was an unknown sender that asked him to meet him at their tower. Then we have found multiple entries that say Turkov will be the one to save it, and then later we found out it was this guy Armand who was building this tower, and that he promised the rich an opportunity of immortality.
Yes. And how did he promise them that immortality?
That's where the puppets come in. He infused their soul into the puppets because we found how to make the puppets. And it was ashen wood soaked in Medusa's blood, heart of a steed, and has man's last breath. So most likely he killed them right before he infused their soul in there. And then from the other letters, we ended up finding there was a third piece to this puzzle, and that there was a Lucinda involved in all of this.
Yes. And at first you thought that Lucinda might be a name of a person or maybe a title, correct?
Yeah, we didn't know who,
Or, yeah.
if it was a person, an object, a monster. But we ended up running into her maid, who was also a puppet at the time. We ran into her, and she ended up telling us a lot about it. She was unaware of the time or the world, the country's names changing, and she referred to a lot of it by what she knew, so they have been here a while.
Or at the very least, they were not aware of the current modern state of the world.
Yes. And she said Lady Cinda is with Herman, and that they're both at the top.
Yes.
He was told to stay and help Turkov.
Yes. The maid was.
And was there a reason that the maid was told to go stay down there and help Turkov?
I didn't have.
He was
I don't
ordered.
have that.
She was ordered by Lady Lucinda.
Yes, ordered by Lady Lucinda. And you learned a little bit about Lucinda after talking to the handmaiden, correct?
Yes.
What'd you learn?
She was kind, and she worked for the betterment of the world. It seems like there was a war that went on, because she said the final days that we faced off the skies of amber and emerald fields, Lucinda with her Hermione working tirelessly to save us. I know not of their plans, but Lucinda was a young lady that worked herself up to a regal position using trade to become, and then I missed this, of Abelin.
Of Aboleth.
Oh. I missed that too,
Aboleth.
and that was the capital of Aethon?
Yes. all very odd names and titles and places that you had never heard of before, let alone being of any part of Ivraia.
Yeah. And we learned that Armand was the one that weaved the thread. So while Charka maybe was the one who created the puppets, Armand was the one controlling them. And they locked themselves up at the top. Well, at least Armand and Lucinda. We don't know anything about Tarkov.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, no, that's a lie. Tarkov is at the north part.
Yes, Tarkov is currently at the north. And that he is still alive and kicking, because you guys also found some other journals throughout all of this. Because if you rewind a little you guys also found yourselves locked in his study for a bit after a while, after you picked up a doll that had been left in the hallway.
Yeah, my friend.
And
baby.
And it mentioned another part of the poem to you before it threw you out in that room, or teleported you, correct?
Let me go up. Where are you?
Yeah, I found journal entry 3. Cecil found 4.
And you also found a tower dock, because you opened up a book in there that had a blueprint of the tower being constructed, and it was split into various different segments of what those would be, correct?
I didn't write that down.
Ah, well, feel free to write that down. And here is the tower dock. Cecil, if you could go ahead and read that for us.
This tower is being constructed well, but I doubt its efficacy. I designed it to all the specifications asked of me by Armand, but this can't be the only way. I've petitioned the wealthy of the surrounding area for aid in my own practices, and in return have promised a personal transition past this world of torment. I know he means well, all of us do, but we have sat too long swallowing the pain. Action needs to be taken, and I know I can carve a new path.
And that was a bit of, it seemed this was Turkoth's study that you guys had found yourselves in after that. And next to the blueprint of it being constructed, being segmented into different parts. Rill, you said you found journal entry 3, correct?
Yes.
There you go. If you like, you can either summarize it or read it up. I know it's a little bit longer than the tower dock, but these are some of the clues that will help you guys in the future. Or Snickers, if you want to read it.
Oh, I'm trying to summarize it. Hang on.
Oh, okay.
I think it did. Yeah. Okay, so we found a journal entry where Turkov figured out how to keep the souls intact and wanted to bring another with him. Seems to not want to be complicated, ? And is trapped in a stone prison.
From what I can tell, Journal 3 is Cherkov speaking, and he feels guilty for having promised a safe haven, but he's now weaponized it, and any semblance of what these people were is but a faded echo now. And the only thing he believes he can do is atone for what he's done, and help those who remain and trust in Hermund and Lucinda.
And it seems that his plans didn't exactly go as he thought, even though he petitioned the patrons nearby and transitioned some of those people to being wooden dolls, that at first it looked like they still had themselves and it was a complete transference, but after a while, they lost themselves and they started just acting in sort of a routine pattern. Not exactly like only on loop, but that they would only reenact a certain amount of days with a little bit of autonomy left. I just saw this. I just saw Euro's message on Discord saying Tarkov. God, sorry. And that there was guilt in there, and that he, unfortunately, because he knew that the actual soul itself was gone, knew that he could weaponize the puppets instead. That through basic etheric commands, they could become actual puppets for him to use and to try and protect. And even though he promised them safety and immortality, it seemed that in the end, their bodies would just be thrown against the walls to try and save time for Hermund and Lucinda. you also said you found journal entry 4, correct?
Yes.
Here
Assaulted,
is
yeah.
journal entry number 4. If Snickers, you want to read out this one.
Most of them are gone, but a few of the puppets hold strong. I endure them as sacrifice while Hermund and Lucinda finish their plans. Only a while longer. They break through most of the barriers as I sleep. I'm an imperfect human controlling these woodworked warriors. Perhaps if I find the error of my previous ways, I can remedy this.
And this also helped sort of reinstate the fact that these puppets that had lost their souls, what was one of the first things they did when they woke up as puppets is that they thanked Hermund. And they thanked Turkoth. And that Turkoth, for all this time he's been defending this place and now throwing these puppets to their death, and having seen how much of their souls have been wasted, is being constantly dogged by the echo of their thanks, no matter what, and an almost unceasingly cacophony of noise. But maybe he can find a way to get past this, if only he could figure out how to keep the souls in the puppets. You guys found some other journal entries in there as well, correct?
I know we found one that said he was in a stone prison right now. Oh, and we did come across these 2 more elite-looking puppets, as well as a gargoyle and a wooden gola beast.
Yes. You found some puppets who looked like this.
Hot damn.
That seemed to be arguing over something. Here, let's try and get them actually facing into the
It
screen.
was a Chirkov over versus Hermund argument again.
Yes. It seemed like they were also continuing the argument about which would be the one to save them. But off in the distance, you saw a wooden hulk of a puppet facing off against another one of these gargoyles. And you decided to not intervene. You decided to watch this one out, especially after sort of taking the beating of the last fight. Quasi! And you saw the gargoyle win and tear that Hulk apart, and instead insert some stone into him. And then you guys made yourselves known to the gargoyle against all odds. And Snickers, you did that, correct?
There?
You did, yes,
Snickers
yes.
befriended him.
And for better or for worse, you did befriend this gargoyle.
Yeah, sure. He almost tried to turn me into stone.
Oh, how did that happen?
He touched my horn.
He said he was giving you a gift, didn't he?
And I asked if it was wings, and it was not.
And it was not. And that petrification of stone sort of overtook a different thing that you found inside the study of Turkoth, right? Because this isn't the first time you've messed with your horn.
All right, so Snickers dipped one horn into the Medusa blood, but because it wasn't mixed with everything else, it turned into wood. And then just the tip.
Just the tip.
And then the gargoyle touched the tip, and he went further than the tip, and he turned the whole horn into stone. And Snickers stepped away before he could turn her all into stone.
And how did that Snickers respond to that?
I walk lopsided now, but
With the hobble?
no, not like no. We don't. I don't hobble. I just walk lopsided.
I just walk lopsided. Just a little bit.
Yeah, I gotta constantly adjust my head. And Snickers pulled out Carax's horn,
Yes.
to which the gargoyle recognized and was like, "How did you get this?" Snickers was like, "I killed him."
And how do you respond to that?
He's like, where are you in my note? Because I wrote it down. He said he gave me his wingtip in return, and said, if asked if that mountain has been felled, say nay, the mountain has been climbed.
You did. And it seemed he had a matter of respect for the fact that you were able to take down Carax. But he also mentioned to you that before, as well as like when he was holding your horn to give you a gift, the reason for this war was that the mountains and that the stone should retake the woods. And as he said that, you saw that some of the stone that he implanted in that wooden hulk had started growing back and covering it in wood and no longer in wood, but in stone. And he asked you to finish off one of the puppets for him as a sign of friendship, which you guys did. That being said, though, one of the bigger things to sort of point out that happened with him, first off, did he tell you his name?
Yeah, I got Nakoth.
Nakoth?
Nakoth.
How did you spell that for yours? Because that doesn't sound exactly like my note.
Naukog.
Oh, yes. Okay, it was. My ears are just being fucky. But Nakog, after telling you that you could tell others that the mountain was climbed, not felled, also talked about that there was a war between sort of like each of them converting one another, that the wooden hulk he had been facing was another mountain, and that you Pebbles had witnessed him taking back the mountain to add to the mountain range. And that others, sort of wooden hulks of puppets, were once mountains, and that other people will eventually become stone like him. After that, he bids you farewell and let you go on your way. And instead, after a little bit of exploration, you guys found yourselves in another small study, correct?
Yes.
With a bunch of books, and you found a couple other journal entries.
Did we?
Yes,
We've in the storage room, right?
in the storage room. One of the first ones you found was journal entry
There's-
5.
Oh.
And Cecil, do you want to read out this one or summarize it for us?
Yes. Will I? Who knows? I think I've solved it. I realize the air and the etched flesh that lets the souls leak through their new hosts. I aim to commit this new act upon myself. For one, to assist the others in the higher floors while stemming the stone tide. But also, should I be wrong, should my soul fade eventually, I can continue in my task. My first moments will be to bring another soul along with me. Oh, damn. Willing, of course. I've already condemned enough to a new fate as is. Should this puppet become autonomous, it will reenact what I did ad infinitum, and hopefully any of the gargoyles who break through. But more importantly, should the true me wither, I pray I'll never hear another compliment again reverberate from the gray stone prison I've lived in the last year.
And that's where you sort of...
He was in the tower for the last year. Okay.
And that's sort of where you saw those other bits you were mentioning before, Luna, of the Greystone prison and wanting to bring another along with him. Seems that he tried to fix the mistakes that were there from before, but knew that in case they didn't work, there was a plan in place to try and keep the fight going, and to also rid himself of his own little torment of hearing nothing but compliments from people he had condemned to a horrible fate. You also found in there journal entry 1 and 2, at least according to my notes. Here's journal entry 1 for Rill, if you'd like.
Hang on, I'll summarize it.
Go for it.
It's about war. No, we found this in the study. This is how we realized how they're building puppets.
Okay. So good that we go through this now then before we actually got inside the other study you found, or the other place.
I'd like to note I do have to leave pretty soon, so.
I
Oh,
do
no worries. All good. We can cut this off though if it's better for you guys.
We're almost done.
Yeah, we're almost where you guys are. What's your hard cut?
Like 10 minutes.
I have 5.
5 minutes.
Okay. 5 minutes, and if we're not here, we'll just hard cut.
Okay.
But basically, in this one, it was as you mentioned, you sort of realizing how they made the puppets in the first place, while also knowing that there were things trying to knock down their doors. The gargoyles were heavily trying to break in, and that the rest of the world seemingly had fallen at that point. That this was one of the last vestiges. The only ones that were still here had to have flee over here to this lighthouse in the ethereal sea of souls. We then got journal entry 2, which was him figuring out that he'd made a mistake in the first place, and that Hermund was dreaming at the top of his stone tower. Him sort of understanding that, or at least having his first comeuppance with the fact that all the people he thought he had been helping were now just thanking him from beyond the grave. And then you guys finished off with, let's see, how many journal entries do you guys have access to now? You should have 1 through 6, correct? If you check your little journal entry tab, it should show it to you.
I see nothing.
Aha, because I didn't give you the permissions for them. That's okay, I'll give them to you guys later. But you guys saw all 6 of those journal entries. You saw the poem and the commission letter, and you found yourself in that little extra study past the 2 puppets that were arguing with each other. You saw an orb in there that is similar to the orb that Euro picked up, or that Cecil picked up in the study of Turkoth. Turkoth study's orb transported Euro outside of the tower itself, and he kept falling and falling before he finally let go of the orb, and it teleported him back in. You saw later in there that there were studies. Thank you for letting me know. You also saw in that study that there were other blueprints about how these orbs is how these stairs worked, and the main pillar, that it could be used as almost like an elevator, as they just constantly teleport onto each other as you slingshot up or down. But you used that orb in the other study, and it teleported you into a very odd place, a place where you had no idea of anything going around. It was filled with iron strings and odd lights and fireplaces that glowed with an otherworldly light. And you also saw a machine in there that seemed to have noise coming from it. That Snickers, after the others looked around at it and tried to study it, Snickers threw against a wall and it broke.
Yep.
In Snickers' defense, we had a puzzle that said stone upon stone will unlock this door. So she just threw the same material object against the same material object to see if it unlocked it.
Literally a second after Real had said, no, wait, don't throw it, she chucks it.
And also, the material of it was not stone. It was made of that otherworldly material that you couldn't quite describe how it felt, and that had these weird grilled pinholes in the front of it, along with a numbered meter that you could scroll between the numbers with. Also, you saw a screen in there, one of the fireplaces that was glowing an otherworldly color, and Euro started trolling the other 2 of you.
Yeah.
Euro, how did that happen?
I don't remember this.
I remember those.
Do I remember this?
It was
You were using one of your cantrips.
What do you mean? That she lit up?
You're right. She did just keep lighting up whenever she would touch the screen. Real as well. It was weird. It was wild.
I just was shocked by it.
I was so shocked.
No, like...
Yes, you were shocked by it. You were actually shocked by touching that glowing fireplace that was showing another blueprint of the tower being constructed. Again, segmented into odd, different uses and utilizations. It seemed that there was an old mansion in the section that you guys were, while also an armory and a study and various others. Currently, you guys are trapped there, and you do not know how to get out. And that is where we will end for this recap as we then bring ourselves to the next session, where we will see if you guys can escape yet another tricky situation you found yourselves in.
We're little rascals.
Little rascals. Look at them go. Thank you guys for coming and doing this sort of a review session. I know it'd been like a little bit since we picked up this story, so I wanted us to just get all of our clues fresh in our head. Next week or the week after, whenever you guys are free, we can get right back into it, and hopefully that can help. I'm glad it helped though, because I was like, oh geez, there's some parts that they might not remember. We should just go through it all.
Could we go back to Fridays?
I can, so I'm off Fridays at 6.
Before anyone decides, like, are you guys okay with going back to Fridays, or?
That's probably fine. I don't mind Sundays, but it has to be a different time.
Okay. Fridays I can do, but I'm only free at 6 p.m. Pacific.
Only 6, or is it like anything past 6?
Anything past 6, which I just know is like later for you. I can't do as early.
It's Friday. It's like...
Okay.
I will handle it.
The only one I can't do is I will be out of town on the 25th, but other than that, I will be completely free. So I can do another one this upcoming Friday and the 18th after, but then I'll have to take the 25th off. Other than that, though, I'm totally down for Friday, but we'll discuss that more in DMs because I know you got some hard outs.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's Friday. Yeah, I'm fine.
Cool. Then thank you guys so much for coming and playing through this. I hope you guys have fun with the new system as we get further into it. There's some more new features that I'd love to help show you guys and stuff, and I hope just as a fun time. But thank you guys so much for coming. I'm gonna end the stream now. Thank you guys so much for coming to the stream, and we'll have this cut up for a review because the YouTube channel is launching later this month. With full-on VODs and stuff. Yeah. So feel free to catch up there.
We'll see your chibis.
We'll see the chibis.
Thumbnails.
Yeah. The thumbnails will be a fun one for this. I have them sort of serialized so you can tell like which one you're in for everything. But that being said, I'm going to end the stream now. Thanks so much for coming. Have a great one wherever you are around the globe, and goodbye.